Miyamgi Numit and Hill Leaders Day benefit people in many ways, says CM Birin. First ever PBR survey conducted at Jiribam's B. Huan Vang. And External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar says India, China don't have a choice but to get along with each other. Hello and welcome to Times of Manipur News. You're watching News Today. I'm JESSIA now giving you the news in details. Miyamgi Numit and Hill Leaders Day are underway at the Darbar Hall of Chief Minister's Secretariat. Many people from across the state have gathered at the venue to share their grievances to the state Chief Minister and Birin. Briefing media, Chief Minister and Birin said that ever since Miyamgi Numit and Hill Leaders Day were initiated 2 years back, many people in the state have benefited in many ways and their financial condition has also been improved significantly. He mentioned that so far individuals have been provided loans and more will be sanctioned. He added that the government is currently focusing on improving fishery and agriculture sectors to boost rural economy. Commenting on construction of a new Manipur Bhavan having a 20-bedded nursing facility at Delhi's Dwarka, Birin clarified that the earlier mentioned expenditure of Rs 150 crore for the proposed plan includes expenses related to demolition of the existing Manipur Bhavan there.
Masigi blueprint yaule room kungumba, especially room kungumba si even tangai padardi madaida koigi kari hage noigi oxygen thamna bagi plant to yes tangai padardi ventilator mari manga yauba aduga anabasing hospital dagi suddenly chakrone na tholaga imphal di yobangam dadana leifam leita yam wana leba kambudo moidugi bed kundama Sigi a blueprint building sag the Yaure, Masida the state government get doctor ada Tangani, nurse Tangani. Pura Yaraga de flat amada Yahonji and Kanamadugi, planning lawyer.
People's Biodiversity Registered PBR survey was conducted for the first time at Jiribam's B. Huan Vang village. The PBR survey is sponsored by a board chaired by Chief Secretary of Manipur, Dr. Suraj Babu under National Biodiversity Authority, Chennai, along with an expert team of Transdisciplinary University, TDU, Bangalore. Team leader of the survey, botanist Dr. Deswarjit Ningombam, member of Manipur Biodiversity Board MBB, and Tombi Raj and environmentalist H. Dolendro Singh also took part in the survey. B. Huan Vang is a Mar majority village which has 60 households and 3 churches. Briefing media at the guest house of Jiribam Municipal Council, and Tombi Raj said that the survey mainly focuses on trees, animal, birds and the people. Botanist Dr. Deswarjit Ningombam said that during the survey at B. Huan Vang village, around 500 different tree species were found, mostly having medical values, 4 varieties of bamboo, 2 can varieties and others.
Fazana yam fazana koi se biti se yam na humne chana na ubo phangi aduna khone sum yeng jeba matam da li de makalani phangi li makalani si ju moi commercial na fazana dum sine se na bar tingle aduga jaga ayam bakhra koina plantation to buda hek scope yam na lege de ba pambi khoi gi jaga khra ju leje thengna ba phangi jaga sing de buna main na bio wingi khoi gi pineapple si kiteng topa mai si theng oi bakhra koina Azimaki on elias on reporti can to pizza bangam redu kitan tongan mamagi specific beka yawi di ko nathing na jare adugi ko na adu reportu elias to mutunda ko na adu reportu ijege.
External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar today said that India and China don't have a choice but to get along with each other at the recent Raisina Dialogue, India's flagship global conference on geopolitics being attended by 7 former heads of state and government. Elaborating on India's role in global diplomacy, the minister said New Delhi should play a stabilizing role to balance forces of disruption. He also said that there are already enough forces of disruption in the world. Therefore, its importance to be global, law-abiding, consultative, Jaishankar added. On the Citizenship Amendment Act, which has garnered immense global attention following vociferous protests against it across India, Jaishankar said terrorism and migration are common challenges that are not limited to India. When nations ask questions, they should ask themselves how they dealt with it. The fifth edition of prestigious Rise in Our Dialogue, jointly organized by the Ministry of External Affairs and the Observer Research Foundation, will bring together 700 international participants from over 100 countries in one of the largest gatherings of its kind. The three-day conference will see participation of 12 foreign ministers, including from Russia, Iran, Australia, Maldives, South Africa, Estonia, Czech Republic, Denmark, Hungary, Latvia, Uzbekistan, and the EU. The festival of Makar Sankranti is being celebrated in the northeast states of Assam, Manipur, and Tripura in their own unique ways today. Assam observed the harvesting festival at Magh Bihu or Bhogali Bihu, and as the name suggests, the festival is all about Bhog. Paying respect to the harvest they have collected, people organize community fests where everyone assembles and enjoys freshly cooked delicacies. Another important event of the festival is building Maji, which is a tall structure made from dry bamboo for bonfire.
The local people gather and they make many Majis, which sometimes look like this, and this is a very big Meji, and they have themed the Meji in favor of environment, to protect environment and to protect the one-horned rhinoceros, which is the pride of our Assam state. So there are in rural areas, the local community come together and they make Majis. They cook their food there and they have the food there, and next morning they burn the Meji.
As part of the routine drive, a combined team of Technopole District Police, Narcotic Affairs and Border (NAB), Forest and Civil Administration Technopole District yesterday destroyed illegal poppy fields at 3 different locations of Saijang Range, Machi Range and Nungtak Range under Machi subdivision. Technopole District Superintendent of Police T.H. Bikramjit Singh, Superintendent of Police NAB W. Basu, Forest Range Officer More, Santos and other officials took part in the drive. Security has been tightened in view of the upcoming Republic Day celebration in Manipur. Imphal East Police Commander today conducted cordon and search operation in and around Palace Compound under Porongpat Police Station. 1 person was picked up, a police report said. Separately, Bishnupur Police also conducted search operation in Irengbam Mamang Laikai area under Nambol Police Station, during which 5 persons were picked up. The Governor of Nagaland and Meghalaya, R.N. Ravi, met Union Minister of Road Transport and Highways and Shipping Nitin Gadkari in New Delhi yesterday. The duo discussed the required measures for expediting the National Highways and Infrastructure Development Corporation and HIDCL projects in Nagaland. According to media reports, the Governor thanked the Minister for positively responding to his request and setting up an exclusive regional office of NHIDCL in Kohima for closely monitoring the various projects under the corporation in Nagaland. Earlier, it was being done from the regional office for the Northeast in Guwahati. During the meeting, the Governor also brought out the concerns relating to slope protections on Dimapur-Kohima 4-lane highway. Taking the matter on a serious note, Gadkari directed NHIDCL to provide appropriate technical solutions in order to ensure that adequate slope protection measures are taken along the state highway. The nation is celebrating the 72nd Army Day today in honor of the soldier who served the country selflessly and risked their lives to safeguard the borders. According to media reports, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said the country is proud of its army, while Chief General M.M. Naravani said that the borders are strongly guarded and that India is ready for any future warfare. In connection to the event, the Army showcased its military might and some of its state-of-the-art assets at the majestic Army Day Parade at the Karyappa Parade Ground in Delhi, Kant. In a first for any woman officer, Captain Tanya Shergill, an officer with Army's Corps of Signals, led all-men contingents at the Army Day parade. 3 people were injured following a road mishap that took place in front of Moirangkampu Forest Gate, Imphal East this morning at around 8:30. According to reports, the accident happened when 2 vehicles, both 2-wheelers, collided each other. All the injured were rushed to Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Medical Sciences, JENIMS, Porongpat for medical treatment. Despite opposition against National Population Register (NPR), a biometric database of ordinary residents of India, preparations are on in full swing to update it. Media reports said enumerators are being trained to collect data, and a pre-test or pilot project has already started. The NPR first came into being in 2010 and was updated in 2015. Unlike the census database, which protects the data release and is keep records up to block and tahsils, the NPR is household specific and data is not protected. The NPR records data like name, age, address, along with linking biometric data like Aadhaar, mobile phone and passport, among others. The government had initially said that updation of NPR would be followed by a National Register of Citizens (NRC), wherein individuals are supposed to prove their citizenship either by birth or by naturalization. Those left out of NRC would then have to appeal to Foreigners Tribunal to be regarded as citizens. There have been countrywide protests against NPR and NRC, some of which even turned violent. Army Chief General M.M. Naravani hailed the abrogation of a provision of Article 370 as a historic step and said the move has disrupted the proxy war by the Western neighbor. The armed forces have a zero tolerance against terrorism, he said in his address at the 72nd Army Day function in the Cariapa Parade Ground. The Army showcased its military might and some of its state-of-the-art assets at the majestic Army Day Parade today. General Naravani, Air Chief Marshal R.K.S. Bhadoria, Navy Chief Admiral Karambir Singh and Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat were present on the occasion. The Army Day is celebrated on January 15 every year to mark Lieutenant General K.M. Cariapa taking over as Commander-in-Chief of the Indian Army in 1949 from General Francis Butcher, the last British Commander-in-Chief of India. This is the 72nd Army Day, and it is the first time that a Chief of Defence Staff is attending it. Now we have the sports news. Among 52 participants from Manipur, 23 have bagged medals at the 2-day 24th National Yoga Asana Championship 2019-20 held at Shem Form School, Mirzapur, Uttar Pradesh from January 12 to 14. The championship was held for different age group, which was organized by Yoga Physics Association of Uttar Pradesh under the aegis of Yoga Physics Federation of India. Apunba Fitness Center Nagampal today felicitated athlete Takhelmayum Leena Devi during a function at the center. Takhelmayum Leena won bronze medal at the Asian Master Athletic Championship 2019 held at Kuching, Malaysia. Men's double world #1 Robert Farah has withdrawn from the upcoming Australian Open after failing a dope test. A tweet from the media account of International Tennis Federation (ITF) read that the tennis anti-doping program can confirm that Robert Farah provided an out-of-competition sample on October 17, 2019, which returned a positive finding for Blondie Noni. The 32-year-old Canadian tweeted that he will not be able to play at the Australian Open, an event for which he had been preparing since December. Robert further said that he is going through one of the saddest moments of his life and the saddest of his sporting career. Now we have the newspaper headlines.
The Shanghai Express, NIA on trial of terror funding raids auto showroom. Threatened by Assam Rifle for filing PIL, alleges Naga People's Front. Kerala moves Supreme Court against Citizenship Amendment Act. Caught on camera, ASI suspended for assaulting driver. State pays homage to drivers on Drivers' Day. Kachai Lemon Festival kicks off. The People's Chronicle. Hitler cop suspended for trashing driver. TDC demands termination, warns Sir. Sotin Kumar slams government over his arrest. NSC and IM refutes army's claims. Assistant driver to help them serve better, says Kaisi. Supreme Court junks Nirbhaya convicts plea. Info Free Press will not withdraw strike until lasting solution is reached, says SSA Ramsar teachers. Mental illness high among children, need for counselors in every school. Sotin Kumar vows to continue fight against Citizenship Act. Transport Director lauds drivers' heroic role on Drivers' Day. NIA raids 2 commercial outlets, residents. Manipur Mail. India on cusp of unprecedented food price inflation, says Congress. Our culture is our identity, says Bishwajit. Court asks state to produce FIRs against Bhim Army Chief. Bail plea to be heard today.
Before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Miam Ginumid and Hill leaders say benefit people in many ways, says CM Biren. First ever PBR survey conducted at Jiribam's B. Wonvang. An External Affairs Minister S.J. Sankar says India, China don't have a choice but to get along with each other. That's all we have in this bulletin. Keep watching Times of Manipur News.